Gold jacket, green jacket, who gives you?
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Gold Jacket, Green Jacket podcast. We are here for episode number 25, a quarter of a century, Joel Mitchell.
Yeah.
My name is Christian Dragonetti, and I'm joined by Australian PGA professional, Mr. Joel Mitchell. Joel, mate, how you doing?
Very good, very good. And you?
Quarter of a century, mate.
Jesus Christ, do it another 4 times, we'll raise the bat.
It's a long time.
It's a long time, yeah.
It's quite literally a long time.
I'm really starting to get sick of this miserable weather. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know.
It's
I feel
really
ya.
starting to take a toll on the mental stability.
I feel you. And what makes it worse is I'm still waiting for a couple of quarter zips from the boys at Halfcaf Golf. If you haven't checked them out already, ladies and gents, please do go over and check because they do have some awesome gear. And the winter gear is coming, hopefully sooner rather than later.
Yes. Do they have like a couple of themes on them?
I think so. I think they're very secretive at the moment, and that's fine. But it just kind of makes me more intrigued. I'm very keen to just see what they've got going on.
I like it.
I
like it.
Most recent rounds. Talk to me.
I played Heritage yesterday.
How is it?
It's wet, man.
Yeah.
It's wet. Yeah. I didn't even think it got anything close to this. Like I look at forecasts like Thursday night, Friday there was a lot of rain. They got like 80 mil Thursday night.
Jesus.
And going into Friday morning, I'm like, what?
So it was just sopping.
It was just surface water. There was a lot of surface water.
No.
Like it wasn't, and like outskirts of some fairways and a bit into rough. It did get like high traffic zones. Got a little bit choppy, like pretty choppy in some spots. But the essentials were good. So obviously 90% of each fairway, greens and tee boxes were fine. Bunkers were fine. A couple were pools, but the essentials were good.
Yeah.
But yeah, obviously, yeah, just the amount of rain they got in 3 days, I'm like, fuck, all right, that makes a lot of sense. But
Yeah, absolutely.
still playable. Yesterday, I played Thursday in the piss and rain. That wasn't fun. But yesterday,
Did you play all right at least?
hit the ball good, yeah.
Okay,
Couldn't
that's all that
score in
matters.
the rain. But yesterday was my most recent round. I had 65.
Nice. Rosanna
No, Heritage.
at Heritage?
Yeah, and
Sick.
St. John.
Nice.
Which was good.
That's very good.
Yeah, hit the ball striking was very solid. I
Okay.
was just waiting for the putts to drop.
Yeah.
That's all I was really waiting for. So turned a couple under, then stumped it on 10, and then boxed like a 40-foot, 50-foot eagle putt on 12. I'm like, delicious.
So
So beautiful, gets me to 5. Then hit it to 12 feet on 13 off from the tee.
Even better.
Right, I'm like, beautiful. Lipped out the eagle putt. Back-to-back eagles would have been sick. That would have been the first time I've ever done that. Yeah, tap in birdie, then birdied 15, bogeyed 17, then birdied 18 to
Nice.
have 7. So I was pleased. That's bit of form poke through.
Absolutely.
Bit of form poke through after the little really ordinary 4 weeks I've had. And then, we were talking, me, Luke, and Marcus were actually talking plans for 6-12 month schedule coming up for tournament play and Q schools and all that shit. So, and sort of mindsets to take into it. So,
So there's starting to be a bit of a shift towards more serious stuff.
It's sort of that jump in the ladder a bit for me anyway, and that exposure. So I'm keen, and hopefully I can take that sort of form into it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, in terms of like Heritage was pretty wet. Was Berg all right?
Surprisingly, Berg was actually pretty okay.
Was good.
Yeah. Like it was, I played on Saturday at Heidelberg and, they didn't play in the Arvo. They cancelled the Arvo field because we just copped it in the morning.
Did you play with your mate Matt?
Matt?
Yeah, Matt on 6.
I don't know what you're on about here.
I'm sorry.
What are you trying to get at? I'm glad you're laughing because I got no idea where you're going. Are you okay?
Oh my God. So there's no Matt on 6.
Oh, yeah, no. I got it.
You got it now?
It's been a long day. No, there still is a Matt on 6.
I'm sorry.
That was good. Actually, now that I understand what the fuck you're saying, you donkey.
Oh my God.
Yeah, no. There, unfortunately, there is still a Matt on 6. But honestly, like
the essentials are fine.
that tee box is doing a lot better than you think.
Oh, it's just covered. It's one of the most covered parts of the course.
Absolutely. No, look, wet and patches, like you said, at
course.
Heritage.
Of course. Low spots.
I think they cancelled the afternoon field on Saturday because as soon as like we played in 3 hours 58.
It's good.
That's mint.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
We flew. Jumbo jet. Right. Just right. And it was par, which made it even better.
Oh yeah.
I like par.
In the bin.
No, no
In
thanks.
the bin from the in the bin episode.
And yeah, like I hit the ball a lot better than I have done the last couple of weeks. Short game was a little bit better.
Yeah.
I had -1,
Oh, that's good.
but I also had 4 birdies.
Yeah, it's fine. It's
That's
-1. That's one down.
-1 is 1 down, 35 points. Like
Yeah,
it
it's
works
fine.
out. So
It's
like,
fine.
but the whole like you tell people, yeah, I had -1 with 4 birdies, and they go, "Fuck, what happened?"
Yeah, but
Yeah, like I mean, there's to sum it up, there's the really good stuff, which is really good,
yeah.
and then there's the really bad stuff, which is like, whoa.
Yeah, it's still massaging.
So-
still massaging that out.
I was having a chat to a mate on the phone this morning, and he asked me how I played, and I told him, I said, "Look, the good stuff's great. The bad stuff's too bad. I just need to make the bad stuff better. It's not about trying to excel more.
Yeah, because the good's good.
Correct.
Yeah.
So I think we're going to have some sessions shortly.
Yeah.
you and
coming
I.
up, yeah.
And I think
Yeah.
that'll help us out a lot. Just a few technique things that I think I'm doing wrong, but
just
otherwise, I think the feeling's getting there. And
Just add a little bit of control. That's all it
but
is.
yeah, but that was Saturday. I ended up playing Sunday as well. Out at Royal Ivanhoe.
Oh, yummy.
And yeah, wet.
Yeah. Oh, it's in a
It
very
was-
low point
honestly,
as well. It's
it
up
was-
next to the river.
It was a hit and giggle
Yeah.
with a mate of mine who I haven't seen in a little while.
What'd he
and
do?
Didn't even. I don't know what I scored.
Yeah, yeah.
Couldn't. I know I donated a couple of pills, but I was just like, this green's drivable. I have a crack, and then don't know.
Who cares?
know
Like,
where
it's
it
just
went.
one of those ones where you're like,
But I had. There was some opportunities where like I found a bit of dry stuff in the middle of a fairway, and I go, all right, well let's try and hit a good
let's hit a-
wedge.
hit a
Let's hit a
golf
good
shot.
wedge here.
yeah, yeah.
But there
Hit a
was
golf
like,
shot.
honestly, it was, and on this will tell you how wet it was. I left a couple of pitch marks on a couple of greens, and it was that wet that I didn't even need a pitchfork. I just went and smacked it with a putter a couple of times, and it was fine.
Oh, it flattened itself out.
Yeah.
The water like logged
And
over it.
this will scare you. They had carts out there.
Oh.
Yeah, green is all shit. Like the course was actually.
Oh,
it looked
it has
awesome.
plenty of grass cover on it. It just holds a lot
It
of
looked
water.
great. It just held so much.
Oh
water.
yeah, it's
The
low
top
point
water.
It's a low point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
It was-
there were honestly times where like you'd go, if I was playing a comp round there and I walk up to a ball and go, oh, I got standing water, I get relief. I'd have to go 3 fairways over.
Yeah, you'd have
to find a dry
have to put it
patch.
on a
And
tree
that's
branch.
honestly, it's not a slight on the golf course. It's just the time of the year.
Oh, yeah.
I had a great time with my mate, and the golf course I think it's a really good one. It's a good little public track.
yeah. It's a good little deck to have a slap on.
Yeah, absolutely.
that's all it is.
I got what I wanted out of it. And
I'm honestly,
I just kept the expectations low.
where's your mindset with it? I reckon, like, I was speaking to Marcus actually in terms of like how you let golf carts onto a golf course.
Yeah.
Right. And for some public tracks, it's income, so they sort of
Yeah.
take the chance.
And that's
you know what I mean.
the only reason why
Which
they
is
had 'em out
probably where it
yesterday.
is. But I feel like the more prestigious or the more,
Exclusive.
yeah, we'll say that, or
And
more
exclusive
premium,
in terms of
the more
membership
premium,
base.
yeah, the more premium the golf club is, the more it's like, okay, we're not trying to scam you for $40 here. We're trying to keep the golf course premium.
Yep.
Right. Blah blah blah.
Yep.
I don't think Heritage should have had carts yesterday or anything like that. Like they do have restrictions, and it was car parts only. In fairness, so there wasn't really that wear spot.
Yeah.
Going through fairways or on the side of greens or anything like that. So it was car paths only, but even still, there were some points where you couldn't actually stay on the car path.
Yep.
Or there wasn't one.
Well-
and same as Rosanna. Like Rosanna's held up really well. It was pooling today because there was so much misty crap. Like I said, the essentials are good. Obviously, low points hold a bit of water, and I still think tomorrow shouldn't have carts out there.
No, I agree.
Just shouldn't have carts out there. Even if we tell people stay on the high points, they don't. So
I think having been a member at Heidelberg for nearly 6 years now, you sort of learn the tendencies of the club as like the longer you've been there.
so you can sort of judge it.
You can judge it,
Yeah.
right? So I know that our major days are Saturday, Sunday, Wednesday.
Yeah.
They're the 3 big days of the week. Tuesday is what was Ladies' Day
Yeah.
originally. I know they will prioritize those 3 major days
Yeah.
and tell people that they can't have carts
Yeah.
the other days.
Yeah.
So I can expect, if we've had a bit of rain today,
Oh, wow, that's kind of
I reckon that they won't have carts tomorrow being Tuesday.
yeah.
And then in an effort to try and maybe get a few out there on Wednesday.
Yeah. Try and
If we get some nice dry weather, because from all accounts, the forecast is pretty nice over the next couple of days.
Okay, that's good.
So,
Finally.
But if we have a deluge of rain on Friday, they'll unfortunately have to pull the pin and go, no.
Yeah.
Saturday, there's nothing we can do. But I think that's the tendency is like, all right, we'll try our best to get them out there on the major days. But if we can't, we can't.
Yeah, it's just you got to play it by ear thing.
And I would 100% rather it that way.
Yeah.
I've been a massive proponent of maintenance weeks. Like weeks.
Yeah.
Shut the course for a week.
Not even that. There's
shut the course for a week. A week. Right? Get the maintenance sorted. Do tee boxes, do coring, do friggin' everything. Just get it primo a week before the peak season kicks off. End of winter, start of summer. Close it for a week.
You'll notice different golf courses or different facilities do that. So you always see those top notch golf courses with 36 holes. They always do that. Close one course for a week.
Yeah.
Then do the flip side.
Yeah.
So
I've been a massive proponent, like a massive friggin' fan of it. Do it. I don't care. It's not going to affect me.
Yeah, if I miss out on a week.
If I miss out on one week.
And then come back to
Some
it
people
pure.
kick up a stink and go, oh, well, it's the only time I get to play this week. Well, hang on. There's going to be more
we
weeks.
get email. I've seen in many cases we get emails after we do coring for 2 days of a year. On Monday and Tuesday, it's closed for coring, right? And they get a call. Oh, we missed out on a 9 o'clock tea time. It's like,
yeah, because the course is closed.
it's like, hang on,
And
what?
this is what I
Like, it's
and
just
we
a
could go on
complaint.
about this for a long time.
we could go,
and we might do one day. But,
yeah, we'll ramble.
I think that people get misconstrued and believe that their membership is a right and not a privilege.
Yeah,
And they think that because they pay these fees and whether they're high, low, or indifferent, right? They think that they're entitled to. Okay,
That's probably
even if
the
you
other
are
thing.
going to close the course,
Yeah.
I still get to play.
I still get to play. No,
Right?
It's the entitlement.
We've all had that thought,
of
and
course.
we've all been pissed off because and I guarantee the club would have had emails today going from Arvo players going, "Why did we call it off on Saturday? It was fine."
Yeah, it was fine. And
you
some
just
go,
gotta,
oh, thank fuck.
You got to
Like,
think about other things, right?
Yeah,
and it's
yeah,
not
yeah.
just about the course. It could be right. Well, what if someone falls and breaks their neck?
Yeah, exactly.
Because they were trying to look for their ball up a hill somewhere and they've slipped and broken their
Yeah.
and then who's liable for that?
Yeah, exactly.
Right? It's not just about it's a bit wet, so we're going to protect the greens and not have traffic on there.
Yeah.
It's
No,
a bit more
it's a
in
safety
depth.
thing.
It's a safety thing.
It's a safety thing.
And it's a bit more in depth to that as well. And if the club is, and because the club's not taking any money,
Nah.
if they've sent 110 people home for an Arvo group,
Yeah.
they're not. I doubt all
a
those
safety
people are going to
thing.
hang around or come
And that's not
anyway
what they
to
think.
still buy beers at the club.
You always back self-interest. Always back self-interest.
Yeah.
And of those like,
But everyone-
but what about me? And yeah, we've been in that
Everyone's
same
gonna
boat
back
too. We've been
self-interest.
in that same boat. Like if you show up to a course that you're really keen, or you show up to your home course and you forgot that they've called the greens or something like that. You show up, why the fuck do they call the greens now? You know what I mean?
when I'm putting good.
When I'm putting good. Or,
Yeah.
the weather's good, so I'm putting on these fucking things. Like it does, but then you got to track back to how important that sort of thing is.
Yeah.
And on the flip side, like it's just, we've had many cases where at Rosanna in particular, or even at other courses as well, if there's been storms rolling around or something like that, it's up to the pro shop or the staff in the shop to judge whether it's going to hit or how close it is, really.
Correct.
And we're not weather people. We're looking up at the sky going, oh, flash, oh, shit, right? And we've got tactics now, and we have different maps that sort of give us and different readings that give us that idea of whether we have to pull people off the golf course or not.
100%.
But that's not what the members think.
No.
Whenever I see, so the hill with the new telephone tower, or not new, but the big telephone tower at Rosie. So if you're looking down 10, it's up on the right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's where our weather comes from, because that's Adelaide.
Okay.
So that's generally where the weather comes from.
Right.
So if something's over near the city and we're seeing flashing, it's past us. That's south. That's past us. It's gone. We don't
Yeah.
need to worry about that. I look over that hill. If I see forks and stuff, cool. That's coming. Blow the siren. So that's sort of how we judge it. Right? So there's been many times where it's pretty calm. Like, something's, you see the radar, this big fucking red blob going down, but it might not be for another half an hour, 40 minutes or something like that. So people can get 3 holes in or something like that. But I look at it, I see big flash, sky lights up, a few seconds later, boom, rolling thunder, blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, cool, I'm going to blow it now, because by the time everyone gets in, then it hits. Rather than it starts hitting, then they're in the middle of it while they're trying to scramble off the golf course.
Yeah.
So that's my mentality and tactic. I've had many times where I have 120 in an afternoon field on a Thursday or Saturday or something like that, and I walk through the clubhouse to go out onto the balcony to scout, basically to judge what's going on. and there'd be 20, 25 people going, bad call, going like that, like trying to dig at me, going, why are we in here? It's dead calm out there. I'm like, just wait.
And then sure enough.
And 10 minutes later, fucking smash. Like torrential for half an hour. Lightning fucking, like we've had many times where the power's gone off. And every dickhead that has said that, I go, what was that?
What'd you say?
You can go out there now if you like.
Yeah, go.
I mean, the 9th is underwater and you'll probably die.
And if you do, you can't sue us.
But off you go.
Yeah.
You're in here nice and warm and comfy now, but you're just having a sook 15 minutes ago. What was that?
Oh,
Like,
really?
And they sort of just, no worries. They sort of shut their mouth. I'm just like, it's just shit like that. It's just they only care about what they were doing.
It's
that
It's that entitlement.
Exactly.
It's that entitlement of just like, I pay my fees, I play my golf. Anyone gets in my way, and they're the bad person.
Exactly.
Like, come on.
Exactly. And it's sometimes the worst this time of year, particularly because there's a lot of cart users.
Yeah.
And if they can't use carts, they think it's personal. They think it's against them when it's not. So
yeah,
it's a weird, hard time of year. But what do you do? It's gonna be summer before we know it.
Absolutely, and I cannot wait.
Fuck, I can't wait, man.
It's gonna be so
wait
good.
for the warm weather.
Oh.
Just can't wait.
October 6th, man, daylight savings.
Oh boy,
I've put it in my
That's
car.
like just there too. It's like right there.
It's the 29th of July now. It's not far away.
It's 5 weeks, man.
I know. And
Just knock me out.
again, we'll be here all day if we talk about how much we're going to enjoy summer this
Yeah,
year.
exactly. Exactly.
What I wanted to have a chat about today, Joel, was because I saw something last week,
Hit me.
and a lot of people would have,
Yeah.
and it absolutely piqued my interest. Right? I watched Bryson DeChambeau play golf with Donald Trump.
How sick's that? Did you see
It is I'm still like mind blown as to how the absolute shit, like how the fuck did he organize that?
Well, did you see what he said in the press conference or just in an interview?
I've seen
that he just reached out, asked him if he wanted to play, and Trump's like, yeah.
And
Sick, and just
the
made it
fact
happen.
that it was that simple, because I've grown up, and a lot of people would have as well, with the idea that the president is an untouched man.
Yeah, an untouchable person.
You can't get to him.
Yeah.
Right? The president of the United States is such a position of power and you know, importance and strength and all that kind of shit.
That he's not gonna like
he's not gonna associate himself with golfers trying to make YouTube videos of all things.
Facts. True.
Right?
That's a good way to
It's
put it.
like, and to see, of all people, Donald Trump, one of the most controversial and yet like
very powerful people on the planet.
on the planet, just smacking it up
you know
around his own golf course.
You know what I liked? You know what I like seeing? The good point you made is that Donald Trump and a president or something like that is seen in such a superior position.
Yeah.
That he's out on that golf course and he's a mere just mortal compared to Bryson. Bryson is that superior on that golf course. You saw it the whole time.
And
Trump's like, what do you do here? Like looking at him at a drive going, fuck, and how do you do that?
Yeah.
And Bryson's probably thinking the same to Trump. How do you fucking do that?
Yeah.
Like, how do you do what you do?
Exactly.
Like,
how are you going to sit across a table from these world leaders and go, you're wrong, and this is how?
You're a problem.
Yeah, exactly. Right? And it's just like, and that was the thing. Like
who has
I was
that
talking
balls?
to a mate of mine at work about it because he'd watched it as well. And I literally said, the fact that Trump gave as much as he gave in that video.
Yeah.
And it's a heavily edited video.
Of course.
Right? So there would have been a lot of stuff they cut out, probably a lot of crap. Really?
Yeah,
but even just them driving
shit.
in the cart and Trump's going, look at this playlist I've got. Right? I'm just like, dude, we've done that.
Yeah, exactly.
And
They're
I'm just
people,
like,
bro.
They're people. 100% they're people, but like
They're people.
my mind is just blown and I'm just completely fathomed at how this is the president of the United States. Like no one else is doing
He's
it.
arguably
You
one of
wouldn't
the
get
most-
you wouldn't get George W doing that.
He's probably arguably one of the most famous people on the planet. Like both good and bad fame in different lights. But
What baffles me even more is the timing.
yeah, true.
Nothing like this is 2024 is not the year of Donald Trump. It's the year of Bryson DeChambeau.
Facts.
Everything's worked for Bryson DeChambeau this year.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
He's had a good season on Live. He's won the US Open, and then 3 weeks later, he drops a video playing golf with a bloke who literally just had his life threatened,
almost died.
like an assassination
Did you
attempt.
hear the comment Trump said?
What's that?
That he goes, unlike the shooter, I don't miss.
Yeah, but
When
that
you
was
hold a
after-
putt?
No, because they filmed
Not
it-
in that image. Not in that video, I don't think.
No, they filmed that video about a week and a half before the attempt.
Really?
Yeah, it was
That's
filmed. It was filmed
I know,
on the
I know
6th,
that, but
it was
after
filmed on the 6th of July.
after this happened,
Oh,
like
he
Trump
put
was, he put up like Trump was in like a golf video or something like that. It might have been someone asking about the video with Bryson or whatever
okay.
it was. But Trump said, unlike this shooter, I don't miss putts or something like that. Or I don't miss. I'm like, oh my God. Fuck.
Well,
your nuts are massive or you're stupid. Like,
yeah.
like
And I mean, I looked at it the other day. Like I said, it's Monday today, the 29th. I looked at the video, I think on Friday or maybe over the weekend. No,
might have
Saturday.
whatever,
and
whatever you texted me, I literally had watched it that morning.
Yeah. I watched it a week ago now, if not less.
I meant
I
Friday.
looked at the video again on Saturday to see how many views it had, and it had like 8.5 million views.
Fucking hell.
Which is just like, and because if you type in Donald Trump onto YouTube search bar, it's the first video that pops up.
It's the first thing that pops up. And it probably comes up if you type Donald Trump into just Google. It probably comes up with a couple things about Donald, and then, the third thing that pops up could be the video of him and Bryson.
100%.
Because it's had so much pull. Like, it's just crazy. And it was a good video.
It was actually
they
a good
went
video.
scuba. They shot 50.
So they did shoot 50.
And just quietly.
It is
well,
the
not
fourth.
even just
I
quietly.
just typed in Trump onto YouTube. It's the first, second,
So after you
third,
got...
fifth. It's the sixth video that
Yeah,
pops
after
up.
you get past all the presidential crap,
Yeah.
then you get onto that video. But just quietly, man can golf. Man golfs.
He plays golf.
Man golfs.
Man can-
like everything was fucking solid.
Yeah.
The putting stroke looks ordinary, but he's effective.
100%.
He actually rolled it really well. It sort of looks like a saved yip,
Yeah.
like almost where it's like the
Because-
extended follow through, but like it makes it happen. He hold a couple putts.
Because that all
Never
happens
missed a fairway.
after the contact. Like it's well and truly, like it's a pure putting stroke. He hits it, and then all of a sudden he's just like, "Meh,"
It's just like
and
this little.
flicks it.
It's
Yeah.
like one. Yeah, you good point. After
He
makes
flicks.
contact.
It's all after he makes contact. So
Yeah.
like everything up until about an inch past the ball,
Yeah.
is pure.
He's pretty good.
and
Yeah,
then it's
yeah,
just like
yeah.
meh, off to the
meh.
side, right?
Meh.
But like
Everything up until that, like he didn't miss. I reckon he missed one
short-
fairway.
He missed one. Oh, no, he didn't miss any fairways. Maybe one.
He hit everything down the pipe, like just this little fade off the left edge of each fairway, and just was perfect.
doesn't
was
hit it,
absolutely
doesn't hit it
perfect.
very far, but he's also in his late 70s, right?
I don't know how old he is.
Hang on, I'm
How old
googling.
he
I
is.
love
Oh, here we
Google.
go. We've got a research. Research
He
pod.
be, he's not a young chap anymore.
Not anymore. He wasn't a young chap in '85.
He's 78,
Fuck.
which is a ridiculous thing in itself.
Old fucking.
Anyway,
I
let's
love
not.
the guy just quietly.
Yeah,
I
but
love him, man.
You know what?
So
And-
there's something about him.
And I said to my partner because she watched it with me, and she's just like, "This is ridiculous," and I'm like, "I know." Like he's a normal bloke, and it's so weird because the
Yeah.
public perception of him is completely different. And we're not here to talk politics,
Of course not.
right?
It's gone
we're
down that
really
road,
not here to
hasn't
talk
it? It's
politics.
gone
We're
down that
talking
road.
about the concept of the video in itself.
Yeah.
And that Break 50 series
yeah,
is perfect.
he's so good.
And I genuinely think that this year, aside from Tiger Woods, if you could get anybody on a YouTube video to play a Break 50 series with, like in
Yeah.
that setting,
Yeah.
Donald Trump's your dude.
Yeah, or
Aside
of
from
that,
Tiger
of
Woods.
that sort of
Who else are you going to get?
that sort of criteria.
Michael Jordan would never do that.
I reckon he would.
Nah.
I reckon he would.
I guarantee he wouldn't.
I reckon he would.
He'd want to get paid.
Probably, or he'd want to bet.
That too.
But
from all accounts,
reckon he
accounts,
would. He loves
from
the game
everything
that
I've heard,
much.
nah, I don't. I
don't
I
back
don't.
it?
Nah, I don't back
I
it.
reckon he would.
I reckon the way that whole thing came about, from all accounts, is literally just like Bryson dropped him a DM to his personal Twitter and was just like, "What do you think?"
Hey.
And then Trump was just like, "All right, let's go."
Hey, holes. Just
Yeah, oi holes, like
yeah.
we're going.
Actually, speaking of the YouTube content, now that we're on the topic, it's like on the flip side from the Breaking 50 from front tees. That's a great idea. But I love what the Bryan Bros and Grant are doing.
Okay.
With the Make the Cut series. So it's on
yeah, I
the
do like that.
complete flip side. So they're trying to go scuba diving and they're trying to battle it out on these these major championship venues. So the most recent one was at Whistling.
Oh, sick.
Right. It was such a good two videos. First video is on Grant's. The other one's on the Bryan Bros channel, and they just do 18, right? And they try and make the cut. And so it was about the 2015 PGA, Jason Day one.
Yep.
And yeah, it has the two, and they don't obviously play another two rounds to see what they did in the tournament.
Yep.
The whole point is trying to make the cut. That's
Yep.
the point. So that year was +2, I think it was, at Whistling in 2015. I don't want to do any spoilers in case anyone hasn't watched it, but it's a great watch because there's some good golf on a hard golf course. And it was just really good it was actually really good to see because it sort of brought the best out of Wesley.
Yeah.
He sort of puts his head down. He's a previous tour winner.
Yeah. He's a freak.
He's really good. Really good player. And when he's in form, he's got a few tour starts coming up. He's got like 6 in a row or something like that.
That's cool.
He had
There's a lot to like about those boys.
Yeah.
On that topic, the one that I like to watch, not necessarily for the good golf, but for the bad golf, right? I like to watch Rick Shields' Break 75 series.
I can't.
I know, and he's a very controversial. He's a very controversial figure.
Not even that.
In the sense that all my mates either don't mind him like I do. I don't mind him, but also the other half are just like, nah.
No, see,
it's too much.
As a bloke, I think he's a great guy. I've seen him on a lot of good stuff. I've seen him with the Brian Bros, and he's a great guy. I think he's a very fucking good person.
Yeah.
I just don't like the content.
Okay, that's fair.
It's just the videos aren't me.
And a lot of people are in that sort of boat as well.
I like watching that. I like watching quality of golf rather than just like doing driver reviews and the occasional Break 75 or something like that. Like I want to see.
It's everyone. It's not for everyone.
Yeah, 100%, it's just different content
really
that I'll choose to watch.
But because he's got all the partnerships with a lot of the major tournament venues. Like he's got a deal with the RNA.
Yeah.
So he gets to play all the open courses a few weeks before the open starts.
Also because of the pull he gets as well. He gets
the pull he gets.
Great
I think
views.
he's the most subscribed golf creator or golf content creator
I think he probably
on YouTube.
is actually. He probably
right.
would be.
I wouldn't be surprised. I think he's pushing nearly 3 million subs, which is
would be.
pretty huge.
Yeah.
Right. And he's been doing it for a long time.
Yeah.
He's the person that everyone tries to model themselves off.
Yeah. And
they take inspiration
and then
from.
put their own spin on it.
Correct.
Yeah.
So the Break 75 series he does is he's obviously set himself that target 75, and if he can try and shoot that number at these tour venues, and major venues, and more often than not, he doesn't get close.
Yeah.
And it just goes to show that how intimidating these places can be. Not necessarily how difficult they are, but also just like the fact that, you know, you're playing at Troon 3 weeks before anybody else does, and the grandstands are up, and the wind is blowing. And it's like, oh, fuck, this is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Like, how would he go? And he plays with a couple of his mates, and one plays off like 4, and the other one plays off whatever.
Yeah.
Or he's another tour pro.
Yeah, whatever.
And it's just like, well, they're all struggling, so this is going to be a tough week.
Yeah, it sort of shows, even though like Rick Shields is a pro.
Yeah. Probably plays off.
He'd probably play off low singles.
Very low singles.
Still can play,
if not scratch.
Still just like plays golf.
Yeah.
He's considered a good golfer. And then it shows like someone off low singles really struggling around those places, and then it shows how good the tour pros are. And
100%.
it's obviously a different realm. Like that's their life.
Correct.
He's making videos.
And also,
it's
like,
a different mindset. But
you don't have the thing like you don't have a crowd
of course,
to contend with.
Of course. He doesn't have pressure of making cuts or making money or
rules officials and all that kind of shit to worry about and get drops and relief and all that kind of. He just plays golf, and if he can break 75, great.
You know what the crazy thing was? Watching all that shit, it was like, it's like, fuck. Imagine we wanted to make content like for the pod or something like that. We already kind of have.
We've had a crack.
We've dipped our big toe in. Fuck, it's hard.
It's so hard.
Unless you have like a crew with you.
100%.
Like if we had a couple mates or something like that, like I'm really hoping, like what are we, at 25 or something like that? Like we've been doing this for a little bit, but it's still early doors, both in both respects.
Yeah.
Like you see a lot of podcasts. They're up to episode 260.
Yeah.
Or something like that. You're like, fuck, you've been at it for ages, and they've got thousands and thousands of views and followers and stuff like that. It's like, fuck, they would have started out like this. You know what I mean?
100%. Everyone does.
So it's like, and then you gain your crew slowly but surely once you start.
The more profitable the business
of course,
becomes,
and you start making, you start getting,
hiring people.
You start getting pull, you start getting sponsors and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, I reckon that's when the content starts coming out.
100%.
Like, yeah, we can do it now and do our own thing, sort of like Quan does and stuff like that. He still has a couple camera crews and drones and shit, but we're going full raw.
Yeah.
So that's how hard it is.
That's the thing. Like, I remember I've been watching Shields and Peter Finch as well for a long time. And when they were both early doors, and even though they were still two of the biggest at the time, they were maybe 100,000 subscribers at most at the time. And they were still doing what we've tried doing as well.
Their own edits.
Doing their own edits, but also like, I'll film you hit a golf shot, and then I'll give you the camera while we're still recording, and then
Yeah.
I'll go hit my
Well,
shot.
it keeps it natural.
Keeps it natural,
Like
right?
I see a lot of I see like one person that does stand out. I love watching the New Zealand series that Luke Kwan pulled out, and then
That was great.
He did the Aussie series, the
That was
Australia
great.
series
Australia.
that he called it. Right, he did that with Toombs and Taco. Right, and Sam was there as well, and on a few of them.
That was
but it was such a good series, and all they did, they were standing on tee boxes, they were just passing around the camera to each other, and on each shot, and then they'll do a couple cuts, and they had a couple other cameramen like mates pulling
Helping
around,
out and stuff.
but there was only one or two of them, and it's all it takes to make that sort of video, and it was really engaging. It was good golf, it was funny, and it was like a lot of fun. I feel like we've watched a couple of our clips back, and it's like a lot of it's actually entertaining. It just doesn't quite have the. Oh, it's like I don't know how to explain it.
It's just not as crisp.
It's not quite. It's close, but it's not
close.
quite.
And honestly, and we have had and we're going to be completely honest with you guys. We've had a couple of cracks at it.
yeah,
And we're not holding it back for any other reason. Like it's not like, oh, we played shit, so we're not going to upload it. I couldn't give a fuck.
no, there was some good golf there.
It doesn't even matter. Even if there wasn't.
Yeah,
Joel,
true.
I'd still want to go and upload it. It's just the fact that, like you said, for what we want to actually release,
Yeah,
even though it's going to be viewed as a tenth of the quality that those guys are producing,
yeah.
I still want it to be okay.
Yeah,
even though
yeah.
it is going to be just a tenth of what they can produce.
yeah,
And it, like I said, it's got nothing to do with the golf. It's all about the creation of the video itself.
It's just keeping it engaging, really. Like there's a lot of videos. There's a lot of videos even those content creators pull out that has 600,000 views that you're looking at going, oh, fucking boring.
Yeah.
Just because the video itself just doesn't quite be as engaging. And then you have some where you just can't stop watching it. Like it's just so much fun. It's enjoyable. And like the most recent good video they put up, I think it was the 4v4 T-flip.
Yeah.
That video is my favorite good video ever.
Really?
Ever. It is
I haven't
so
even seen
funny.
it yet.
It's the one where it's literally the most recent one. Just look up
Is that the one with Paige?
the craziest hole. No, that one was a good video as well. But no, the one after it, the craziest the craziest hole out in good history or some shit. Right, it's something like that.
It's got Paige in it.
No. There's the newest one. Oh, is that? Hang on, go scroll up.
That.
Yeah.
Paige is in it.
Paige is in it. Yes, but they did multiple with Paige.
Yeah, sweet.
But yeah, that one there, one of the craziest. Is it
All right.
in good?
It's a
that
T-flip
one's-
challenge.
That one is just
Which would be
so
sick. I
much
reckon
fun.
that'd be a good one for you and I to do.
T-flip.
Yeah.
See what we can shoot.
Absolutely.
Picking the worst ball or picking whatever it picks. That'd be so much fun. Actually, speaking of that, there's Vic PGA foursomes is coming up
Okay.
soon in late October, September.
Okay.
Oh, fucked if I know.
You want to enter us?
PGA dude.
Oh, whatever.
sorry. I said that. It's such a dick.
I had a brain fade too. It's been a long day.
It's been a long. No, anyway. So it's me, Raptor, with Luke and David.
Oh, sick.
So we want to do that, and Luke's like, "You have to give us 5 shots." And I'm like, "What?" I'm like, "I'm a Raptor." I'm kidding. Wait, and me and Raptor did it today. Guess what? We shot through 9. So so it's four. I think it's Canadian foursomes. You both tee off, pick the best ball, and alternate from there.
Oh, okay.
So if you pick, if we tee off, we pick your drive. I hit the second shot.
Yeah,
you
okay.
hit third until it goes in the hole.
Yeah,
Guess
cool.
what we shot for 9?
6 under.
Nah, 4.
Oh, that's not bad.
That's fucking awesome.
Yeah, it's very good.
It's foursomes. So yeah, we actually played quite well. He held a couple parts. I was hitting
Well, there you
some
go.
really close
but
shots.
that's the thing. Like, I want to start doing that. Obviously, as the weather's getting better, I'm not going out to Heritage in the pissing rain to film a friggin' 9-hole friggin' course vlog.
I feel like we've been scarred by just because we did it in May and started June.
Yeah,
sort
and
of
it was
shit.
wet.
And it's cold. It's boggy. Like
Yeah, we had just for
wait till
reference,
November.
We had a go. We booked a round in at freaking Heritage.
Yeah.
and it was it was looking like it was going to be a
I think
good
we
day.
spoke about this about 10
We might have
minutes ago.
spoken about it on the fog on the pod.
On the
On the
fogcast.
fog. On the pod, and no joke, we couldn't see anything for 12 holes.
Yeah. I think we uploaded a story about it actually.
Yeah.
That pissed us off.
Oh,
Fuck, that was
so
annoying.
horrible.
Yeah.
So yeah, but there's so much potential. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I want to have a filming day with Charlie, get
Yeah.
her involved.
Yeah.
We could do a T-flip challenge with her. That'd be friggin'
That'd
sick.
be funny as.
Um,
Well, there's also another guy. He's actually shout out to his name's Owen. right? He's a member at Rosanna. And him and Charlie met each other at a driving range or some shit. So he
cool.
actually brought her out first.
Oh, sick.
To Rosanna to have a hit, and that's when I recognized who she was, and
And
that's how that guest thing came about, right?
Yeah.
So I said to him, "Oi, do you want to come out to Heritage? Because he knows Charlie well, I know him well. You two will get on like a house on fire. He has an accent, an English accent,
Man.
right? Legend of a guy, hits it decent, plays off like 9 or something, 9 or 10, hits it good, and so we can do some shit with them.
Absolutely.
That'll be good fun.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. Like, I want to start diving a little bit more into that and starting to expand what this is.
Yeah.
It's great as it is now.
Yeah.
I'm still enjoying it thoroughly.
Yeah,
Right. And we're getting a good bit of traction. It's great.
yeah, it's awesome.
But I just want to test ourselves.
Even just show that we're not just sitting here talking shit. Like I'm not like.
Yeah, you are.
We're no Gandhi. You know what? There's been a couple members that have come into the pro shop going, "Oh, Gandhi, how are you?" I'm like, "Fuck off." No, it's like, but I would like to show people that, you know, just because I say I play off +5 or something like that, people are like, "Oh, yeah, prove it."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
No,
it's not. I don't want to prove myself, and neither should you have to saying you play off 5, which is a great number. But
anymore.
dude, you will be. Shut up. You're a mid singles player, even if you play off 50 at the moment.
Yeah, sweet.
But but it's still like, okay, we can show that we know how to play this game. You know what I mean? And sort of prove it. You know, put our money where our mouth is almost.
Yeah.
Like not even saying we're saying anything controversial, but we do try and give advice to our main target audience, which is that club member and stuff like that. So it's sort of proving, not proving, but showing, you know, this is us. This is us.
It's not all rabble.
You know, it's not all just ramble shit. This is us. This is how we play golf, and this is our mindset towards our own games and towards yours, and blah blah blah. So,
And then the execution is a story in itself.
exactly.
So
Exactly.
the last thing I want to say about this, because the one thing that really took my attention towards it and really sort of had me like, oh, that's mint, right? Joey Cold Cuts
This was the
from
best.
Bob Does Sports. So Bob Does Sports is another little group out of the States. So Bob, Joey, and then Fat Perez, who you've probably seen heaps of.
Great golfer.
Arguably my favorite person on the planet, right? Play golf, and they're really average golfers, right? I think Bob and Joey play off 12 or 15 each.
Fat's good.
Fat can play.
Fat's
Fat
scratch
Perez,
golfer.
and the reason why he's called Fat Perez is because he actually looks like Pat Perez. He's just he's fat, right?
And short.
and he's short, right? But again, can play. Probably plays off maybe scratch or 2
Yeah,
at
you
most,
play off about that.
right?
Yeah.
But the other two boys are just. It's obviously not their
Just-
first.
just
it's not,
hackabouts.
it's not their first sport.
They're just entertaining.
Entertaining
That's
is all shit.
why that you look at it. Yeah.
They got clips for days. They're hilarious.
Yeah.
Their catchphrases are going off the
Yeah.
charts, mate.
Yeah.
And then a few weeks ago, Bob had a hole in one. Bob Does Sports had a hole in one about 4 or 5 weeks ago.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Right? Mate, it got reposted on like Callaway's page because they're sponsored by Callaway.
Why did I not see Bob's one?
It's not going to be hard to find.
Oh, probably not. I'll just
Right.
look it up right now. Hey, Siri.
No, just wait. And then last week, Joey had one. Joey Cold
I
Cuts.
saw that one.
Right?
The world saw that one.
The world saw that. The world saw them both. You were the only bloke who didn't see
I
Bob's,
I
right?
mustn't have missed Bob's.
And the reactions are hysterical
Yeah.
because these balls fall into the bottom of the cup, and then these 3
It's
middle-aged, overweight blokes just start running at 100 clicks an hour at the green, just screaming, right? And the best thing that Joey said, right, for Bob's one, it was like they're running to the tee. Bob falls over in a heap and almost starts crying, right? And then Fat Perez catches up with him, and then Fat Perez, in typical fashion, has got like a packet of salami and just starts feeding Bob salami. Right? It's classic, right? If you know him, it's classic.
Yeah.
Joey gets to the green and he's got his hands on his head. And he's like, "Oh my God, I can't believe it!" And then the caddy or one of the guys who's filming goes, "It's spun back. Like you pitched it past and it's spun back." And he's gone, "It's spun back!" Like
Just like toy sauce.
that just shows you like the caliber of golfers that they are, because the fact that they've spun one back into
That'd
it for a
probably
hole
be
in one.
low to mid teens.
Yeah,
Sort of
at
that
most.
12 to 15
So
sort of mark.
their expectation is to pitch it short and roll it up and get a hole in
Trying
one.
to even get at the green.
Correct.
Right,
And
yeah.
not the other way around where it's pitched past and rolled back.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, If you haven't seen it,
Yeah.
go and find it.
Joey Cold Cuts Hole in One, it's called.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
And
it's so
subscribe
good.
to that channel because they're hilarious.
You know what really resonated with me? You know who the two people I loved watching and I've watched a lot of the videos they put out was Bob and Paige.
Oh,
The chemistry between those two
Yeah,
in a car,
they're
there was
hilarious.
for some reason, I'm like, I could watch those two just chat shit and just bounce off each other and the chemistry between each other for hours.
Hilarious.
There was just something about it. I don't know what it was. They were just so entertaining. And I like Bob, I feel like you could have sessions with. Like you could not
100%.
stop talking to him for ages.
100%.
He's just that sort of bloke.
Absolutely. I think
Let's clear that one up.
it's a good spot to sort of leave that chat for now. I want to ask you one thing.
Oh.
You told me a few minutes ago, or just before we started recording, that you went and had a fitting
Oh, yeah.
last week.
Yeah.
New Titleist GT drivers.
Yes. So GT driver 3-wood.
You went drive a 3-wood.
Yeah, driver 3-wood.
All right. Tell us quickly what you went.
I'm going to throw a curveball in there. I don't know how much I told you.
All I know is that you changed your shaft, and that's it.
Oh, sick. All right. So I went and got fitted. So I already hit the new GT about 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Right. And loved it. Loved it. I love all the stuff Titleist make, right? So I'm like, cool, I'm getting my own shit. And within my contract, it's all for nothing. So I'm stoked, right? It's all for free. I love it. It's awesome, right? And I'm so great.
That was because of Auto Merit last year, wasn't it?
No, national rankings.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Same shit.
It sort of went hand in hand. But anyway, so I'm very grateful for that. Over the moon, right? And I'm so excited for it to come.
Oh, yeah.
I'm so excited, right? And because of the numbers it was producing, I'm like, oh, right? Anyway. And I use Tour AD shafts in driver 3-wood, right? And I've already gotten rid of my 3-wood. Like I took the head off, I gave it to one of my mates. Can I have the shaft?
Oh.
He bought me lunch. Yeah. Do you want to buy it off me?
I want the shaft. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, done. No, it's sold. It's up on Marketplace right now.
Oh, we'll take it down. I
Yeah.
want it.
All right, done. All right, done. Bet. Good price. Yeah. Shut up, Joel.
Keep going.
Shut up,
Hurry
Joel.
up. We've got to
See,
wrap
I've
it
done
up.
sidetracked already. See, this is what happens. Driver 3-wood, and I'm a Tour AD user, and it wasn't quite. It was doing what I wanted, but I'm like, is there something else? What is there? Is there something different? And Duds is like, yeah, hit these.
Dudsy's the best.
Like he's amazing, right? And he goes, this is why all the tour pros are using these, right? Hands me Ventuses, and I've hit Ventus before, and they feel very similar to a Tour ADs. They're both premium, top, high quality shafts. They just all of them do slightly different things and slightly different feels. And so I hit the Ventus Blue TR6X
Okay.
in. You're like, what?
Just numbers and letters to me.
Yeah.
Keep going.
Anyway, and it was just for some reason the feeling and the numbers and the launches and the spin rates it was producing. I looked back at him. He's like, sold, and I'm like, that's the one, right? Hit 1 3-wood, threw it back at him. That's the one, right? It was just so Ventus driver 3-wood in the GT2s.
Yep.
Right, and I've gone back to 15 degree with my 3-wood,
Okay.
slightly smaller head. It was just giving me better numbers, right?
So you had the TSR Plus.
Yes, TSR 2
plus.
plus, right? Slightly bigger head. It's more like a tiny mini driver. It's more like a bigger 3-wood than a mini driver.
Yeah.
Anyway, and I love that thing. And yeah, so I wanted to go back to with something that's a bit more workable, right? So I got that. And then he said, hey, do you want to try a 7-wood? And I'm like,
Oh.
no, I don't need a 7-wood. I got a 2-iron. He goes, no. You hit your 2-iron pretty flat and it's not as spinny, right? It doesn't spin up as much. So you hit something flat or you hit a little bit of a rising cut, right? But it's hard to stop on par 5 greens. I'm like, unless I really float one high, yeah. It's more of a hit a stinger off the tee or hit a flat one off the tee to keep it in play. He goes, hit this. Puts a stock Tensai Blue 65X in it. Oh, yeah, 75X in it.
Yeah.
Right, Tensai Blue. And I'm like, beautiful.
Same shaft I've got in my 3-wood.
I'm like, right, I'll give it a crack. Oh, my God.
Yeah, so good.
Right. It was just whoosh, whoosh, right? It went so much higher. It spun up a little bit. And I was making these balls dance with this thing. Like I was being able to, I could do whatever I want with it.
Right.
Could hit it flat, could hit it low rosing draw, could hit a high draw, cuts, could do whatever I want with it. And I'm like, oh my God. He goes, dude, like you've seen the best players on the planet using 7-woods because you can do that. You can land it on par 5 greens. You can hit it flat if you want to. So the idea behind that is during calmer weather, because it does spin up a little bit, it could get away from me. And I don't like when I don't have control of a flighted shot. So on a real calm sort of days or events or something like that with firmer greens or something like that, I'll use that 7 wood. If it's a bit windier or it's a bit firmer on fairways, I need to get something flat out there, I'll use that 2 iron. So I'll chop and change between it depending. So that's where I went. So I've got that coming. When I use it, I don't know.
Yeah,
I
cool.
don't know. And then I
I'm
did.
so keen to hit that 7 wood.
It's so good. So good.
Like I'm gonna pinch it off you.
So good.
Like,
So good. If you
Give
want
it to
to, if I'm not using it and you want to use it for a bit, use
Done.
it. And I'll just say, yo, I need it for this week or something, whatever it may
done.
be.
Whatever. It's not that hard.
Like, yeah, that's the benefit. Yeah, anyway.
That's so.
Anyway, dude, it's fucking so good. And the numbers they were producing was just unreal. Exactly what I wanted. And iron shafts, same heads, T100s.
Cool.
A degree upright. But I just changed the shafts. I wanted 5 grams lighter.
Okay.
I've wanted that for 6 months now.
So you're going 120X.
So I've gone dynamic gold 120s in the X100s.
Nice.
Yeah, so they just gave me the only real reason I wanted slightly different shafts instead of the 125 6.5 in the Project X was because just hitting downwind, I wanted something with the tiniest highest spin rate.
Okay.
Just so I could keep it up in the air more.
Okay.
And I hit a bit of or not a longer club, but just hit something where I'm not worried about coming out too flat. Right. And then I like having that workability as well. And they just gave me a tiny bit more workability now. So that's what I was sort of looking for. Change that. Other than that, got rid of the pitching wedge, put a 46 in.
Man.
46 Vokey. Once again, gives me that workability.
I hate how much new gear you get and how often you get it because I just think you've just gone, yeah, you can have my 3 wood shaft, and then I'm going, oh, well, maybe his old set of irons would be nice too.
My mate's already buying that off me.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah, he's already bought that. He's actually already paid me for him.
Oh, really? That's mid.
Yeah, it's so good. He's so excited too. So that's my club update. I should be seeing the woods at maybe just before the launch date, which is August 23.
Cool.
So hopefully I see him before then because I'm taking him straight to Tura.
Man.
Right, I'm putting them straight in the bag. The first day I get them, plastic off, straight in the bag, straight away.
Man.
Because the numbers they're producing, I'm like, oh my goodness gracious me. That's my update.
Nice.
So I
don't have any.
beyond excited.
I don't have any.
Beyond
I
excited.
lost a lot of golf balls on the weekend, and that's my update. I need more Pro V1s.
Yeah.
Questions from the second cut.
Yeah, hit me.
Do you want me to go first?
Yeah, go for it.
Sweet. So we've been talking about content creation and all that kind of stuff. Who would you want to collaborate with the most out of the current selection of golf content creators that are out there?
Great question.
Doesn't have to be one person. It can be a group. Could be a couple of people from a group. Could be anything.
So you would love to film a content with Good just because of
100%.
what they've done with golf content overall. And
Good now? No. Good 18 months
No,
ago?
see, I still whenever. I still feel
Really?
yeah, absolutely.
I back it, but I kind of feel like you're missing out on Grant and Micah.
Yeah, see, that's the reason why I wouldn't do it back then.
Oh, okay.
Because their channels and their branching out was probably better for Good.
Okay,
And for
cool.
themselves.
Yeah, cool.
Like, I like Micah, didn't like him at Good.
Okay.
And he was a good player. He just didn't, he was not too competitive, but he was too personal.
He wasn't there for the right reason.
He wasn't. He might have been at the start, but his heart went off in a different place and was like, "Okay, I need for myself now."
Yeah, cool.
And I completely respect that. That's what Grant did as well.
and
I'm
Grant,
using
yeah.
my own content, and he's getting the traction he's got is amazing.
Yeah.
right. And he's making some great videos. It would at the moment right now, Brian Bros.
Yeah, cool.
At the moment, because I really respect how good those two are, especially Wesley. Wesley's amazing.
Would you consider Bryson DeChambeau?
Oh, absolutely, 100%.
Okay.
100%. But I'd pick Bryson's brain. I reckon we'll talk for 3 weeks.
Yeah, far out.
Nah, Brian, at the moment off the top of my head.
Just
Brian
wait for the
Bros.
day when it comes, because
Good will that
I'm
be?
a full believer that it'll come. We'll get there one day, and we'll have him
Good.
sitting with us, and that'll be a 3.5 week episode. So just clear some time in the calendar, ladies and gents, because when it comes, it's coming.
That'll be a 24-day stream. Bryson, if you're listening. So yeah, I'm gonna go Brian Bros. Those two, like I said, have so much respect for, and I really, really, and as you know, me, I love a wedge and a putter. I love a wedge, and watching Wesley. Some of the sauce, as he calls it, sauce. I love it.
I would go with the Bob Does Sports boys.
Yeah,
Give me a week with them.
just because it's so much fun. So much fun.
2 things you can be guaranteed of: the golf ain't going to be great, and we're going to be pissed 90% of the time.
Yeah.
Oh, be such a good weekend away or a week away, just filming with those two or three boys, just pissing ourselves laughing.
That would be good.
Pissing
Because they do
ourselves
like
laughing.
drinking challenges
Yeah.
and eating challenges. That's your alley.
That's
isn't it?
me to a T.
See, I'm such a wanker. I've gone more professional.
And I'm just like, nah, I'm here for the good time. Let's go. Fuck the golf.
fuck the golf. I like it. I like that.
All right, hit me with your question.
All right, shouts out my moms again.
Jesus.
2 weeks in a row.
Any chance of you thinking of your own question?
No.
Cool.
The fuck? Come on.
I mean, what do you pay us for?
Fucking bloke. Okay, hang on. Wait.
Shazza, I'm sorry.
So my mum's probably my biggest fan.
Yeah, of course.
She would be my biggest fan.
Yeah.
Like with this. At the start, she's like, what's a podcast?
Yeah, cool.
What's this mean? And now she talks to me and calls me about episodes as if I wasn't even there.
Yeah.
I'm like, I was there. I know. I said it. Right. But anyway, she calls me and we'll speak for 15 minutes and she listens to it on a Friday or Saturday night when she walks the dogs.
Yeah, sick.
Right. So she listens to it religiously. She goes, I'm up to episode fucking whatever.
Yeah.
You know, whatever. And she always during the week sends me
A question.
second from question to second. What did I say?
A question from the second cut?
Fuck me, dead. I almost had a stroke then. And she always sends me ideas. And often enough, they're like, oh, this is good, right? If I don't think of one myself. Her idea is, would you suffer more in your playing ability if your clubs were lengthened 6 inches or shortened 6 inches?
Lengthened.
You reckon you would suffer more?
Yeah.
Really?
Lengthened.
Why's that? This is going to test this golf club knowledge of what it does.
Well,
6 inches, bro.
It's
For some, that's huge.
yeah. 6 inches is a yeah. All right, pull your
Sorry,
head out of the
I'm
gutter.
sorry.
Pull your head out of the gutter.
Sorry.
you
I'm a
donkey.
child. I'm such
Anyway,
a child.
It's physics. Longer levers makes everything harder. It's the longer the club, the more it's going to spin. So all of a sudden, you add 6 inches to an 8 iron, it becomes like what, driver length
Probably and change, maybe.
and change. Try hitting.
It'd probably
try
be-
hitting a 52-inch driver, 51-inch driver. That's what 6 inches on a 45-inch shaft is
On a driver, yeah.
on a driver. 51-inch driver. Good luck.
Yeah.
You're going to be swinging it around a country,
You
not
did.
around your body. Right?
Yeah, right.
But no, it'll just.
I agree with you. I do. agree with you.
Lengthened would be harder.
Yeah.
Shorter. I mean, I've seen people swing kids' clubs, which are
Yeah.
dramatically shorter and
Yeah,
get
which are
half
tiny.
decent results out of it.
Yeah.
But all of a sudden, like my lob wedge becomes like a 35-inch putter. That's
No,
what's
way less than that.
It'll be not much.
Way less than that.
I don't think it'd be much.
A lob wedge is not that much longer than your putter.
Okay.
Oh, it's, But yeah, it's,
Length longer, 6 inches longer, 100% would be harder.
yeah.
100%.
Interesting.
What do you think?
I agree with you. I think lengthened would be harder. Because even hit swinging with clubs that are an inch over standard, inch and a half over standard even, that's like they fucking feel like power poles. That they're just like, what the fuck?
And honestly, it's why we've seen so many people in the last sort of 4 or 5 years go like put 3-wood shafts in their driver.
Well,
They're just shorter, more easy to control.
well,
knocks
I've
some
got
spin off.
my 3-wood shaft currently now that isn't actually currently in play.
It's coming to me.
Doesn't even have a head on it.
It's
I've got it
coming.
I've got it in the car if you want
It's
it.
coming to me.
Done. Because it's the oob.
It's the oob.
Oh, it's your shaft. Oh. Anyway, I put 3-iron shafts in my 2 irons, and stuff like that. I don't shorten my iron shafts, but I've got a shorter driver shaft. Oh, it's 45 minutes, not shorter.
Yeah,
but
so
it's
do
half
I,
an inch,
but-
understand. But yeah, just I feel like I hit it straight and benefit from that control rather than swinging something longer and getting distance out
That's
of it.
it.
So yeah,
No,
that was,
good question.
Yeah, I feel like
That's
that was a
2
good
in a
question
row from mums.
from the old Shazza.
That's it.
Very, very significant changes to your own golf bag if you were to do one or the other.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it would be very, very
but then
hard.
it just goes into showing that, Bryson's got all his irons the same length.
I don't think he does anymore.
No, he does.
Oh, he does still? Really?
You can tell in the video that he plays with Trump. And so they go to the cart cam and you look in his
I
bag
thought he
behind him,
dropped them.
and all his irons are the same length. He is not changing it. He just 3D printed his own irons. But
I
they're still
thought,
the same length.
once he did that, I thought it wasn't much difference, but oh wow, they're all the
Nope,
same.
still the same. But then, like I said, it just goes to show, like, swinging a lob wedge that's the same length as your 7-iron would be 6 inches. Close enough.
Yeah, it'd be a few.
It'd be a few.
It'd be a few. I'm
Or
just
like
I'm
swinging,
trying to.
swinging.
Oh my god, I'm so unprofessional right now. I'm trying to think of the fucking iron shaft lengths.
Anyway,
They
don't worry
only
about
change. They only change by about half an inch each time.
it. Yeah, so by the time you get
Something like
from it's pretty close.
It wouldn't be far off.
I think that's a good spot to leave it, mate. That's a couple of good questions there.
Absolutely.
A lot of deep chat about things we like and don't like this week about
absolutely.
content creation and certain behaviors around golf courses can really tick us off, especially at the start.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a good spot to leave it. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for listening and for watching this week. Be sure to like and subscribe, please, if you watch on the YouTube. It does, honestly, I cannot stress this enough. It helps us out so much. Please do like and subscribe. Share it with your friends. Follow us on Spotify, TikTok, and Instagram as always. We will see you very, very soon for another episode next week, in fact. And hit them well, and we'll talk to you then. Cheers.